By popular demand, I bring to you your teams for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, Part 2. Since the last video had such great feedback, I decided to make a Part 2 as you guys had requested. I really enjoyed reading the teams you guys came up with, so this time around I will be going over the strengths and weaknesses of each team. Now, just because I'm going over the strength and weaknesses doesn't mean I want you to change what Pokemon you use. That defeats the whole purpose of this. I want you guys to use whatever Pokemon you like, because in the end, as long as you have fun with the game, there is no wrong team. As of the release of this video, there is only 1 week until the game's release. Well, 9 days if we are being specific. So if you would like a part 3 before the games come out, let me know in the comments down below, that way I can get started on it right away. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Now, before we get into your guys' teams, I just want to remind everyone that I will be streaming Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl when they release next week. I will be streaming here on my YouTube channel as well as on my Twitch channel, so please go follow me there as well. The link will be in the description. You don't want to miss out on my adventure through the Sinnoh remakes. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into your teams for Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, Part 2. Starting us off today is Nathaniel, and they said, I am going to use Torterra, Rampardos, Weavile, Togekiss, Electivire, and Magmortar. I like this team a lot. While there are quite a few shared weaknesses, there are Pokemon that can negate those weaknesses as well. Togekiss deals with the fighting and ground weakness, Magmortar deals with the steel weakness. Really, the only type I can see you potentially having issues with are fast water types, but as long as Electivire can outspeed, you should be fine. Up next is Clog Soup, and they said, man, everyone's got such pro teams. I'm gonna have a male Combi on my team because I feel bad for the poor fellow, and a Rotom fan because I find the Levitate on a flying type humorous. Outside of that, it's a strong personal favorite. If you do a part 2, the team will probably be Mamoswine, Floatzel, Gastrodon, Gliscor, Floatzel, Rotom, Fan, and Combi male. Might add Torterra. They like the idea of traveling on a Torterra with a Treehouse or a Hippowdon because they like ground types. This team has a very good matchup against any electric types, having 3 immunities. However, to contrast those immunities, there are 3 grass weaknesses and 3 ice weaknesses, 2 of those being 4 times. Grass for Gastrodon and ice for Gliscor. I would definitely be careful around ice and grass types, but other than that, this seems like a really fun team. Ryan here says, I love binge listening to videos like this, and that their team will be Infernape, Gyarados, Jolteon, Staraptor, Roserade, and Mamoswine. Well, I'm glad you enjoy listening to me, I really appreciate it. Ryan's team here has some strong Pokemon on it, choosing Pokemon like Infernape and Staraptor, just like me. This team does have one type you will want to watch out for though, and that is Rock. This is a really well constructed team. Thinking about it, you might be fine against Rock, as Gyarados also has its water type to cover for it, and Staraptor learns close combat. Very well constructed. Following up next is Espertium. I hope I said that correct. They said, love your content, man. You've really got a soft and chill voice that makes your vids great to listen to. My team for Brilliant Diamond would have to be my team on my first Diamond playthrough, being that it was my first proper Pokemon game. Anyway, my team will be as follows. Torterra, Bibarel, Haunter, Drifblim, Onix, and Skuntank. I know this team has no balance whatsoever, but gotta use your favorites and just make it work. More fun that way for me. I'm glad you enjoy listening to my voice. Again, I really do appreciate it. I can always appreciate as well the nostalgia factor of building a team. That's how a good majority of my team was built. The only type I would watch out for is the Ice type, having 3 Pokemon weak to it. Torterra having a 4 times weakness to it could be detrimental. But for having this as your first team ever, it's a great team. Welcome to the Dark Side's team. No, really, the Dark Side 11891 said, firstly, congrats on 600 subs, man. Let's hope you can reach that important 1K milestone soon. Thank you for that. I think we're a little past 600 now as this video is coming out. Personally, I'm going to be rocking Torterra, Octillery, Houndoom, Scizor, Altaria, and Electivire on my team. I've always liked to use something a bit more unique, and this team is a longtime favorite of mine that isn't what you normally see. Now, I can see why this team has been a longtime favorite. All of your weaknesses are covered for one way or another, and you have a defensive answer for every single type out there. Some more than others. Look and chew Force Steel resists. But some of the most popular typings have multiple resistances. A very well built team. Maybe the dark side is the place to be. Devon's team is up next, and they said, if you do a part 2, this would be my team. I've never played Gen 4 before, so this would be my first playthrough, and I'm also not worried about balancing it out. And they chose Rampardos, Bronzong, Gastrodon, Abomasnow, Hippowdon, and Torterra. Well, here you are in part 2. I think you'll enjoy these Generation 4 remakes. I've said this before, but Generation 3 and Generation 4 of Pokemon are tied as my favorite games, well, my favorite Pokemon games. Now, as for your team, I really like this team. Using Abomasnow and Gastrodon, two Pokemon that I really like from this generation. I would say watch out for fighting, bug, and ghost types though, as you do have a couple of weaknesses on your team with no resistances. Grass and Fire you need to be a little wary of, as 3 Pokemon each are weak to it, but you have coverage for those 2 types. Overall, a good team. We have King Taurus up next, and they said, is running a 2-starter team frowned upon? I want to run Infernape, Empoleon, Togekiss, Gliscor, Gengar, and Rotom Mow. If you are able to get your hands on 2 starters, I would say no, it isn't frowned upon. Play the game with the Pokemon you like. This team is a strong one, resisting or being immune to all types except Ghost. This team has very good coverage and great resistances as well. If I had to say anything, just be careful around ground and ice types, but with those resists and immunities to those, I wouldn't worry. Just make sure your Gengar is faster than other Ghost types. Up next is Chase, and they said, when your channel blows up, I just want to say I'm proud to have been subscriber 480. And their team is going to be Rampardos, Empoleon, Sceptile, interesting choice, Gallade, Drifblim, and Houndoom. First off, I just want to say I'm super grateful to everyone who has subscribed and watched my videos and just shown me support on my channel. It is really appreciated. And then second off, I didn't catch Torchic being in a trailer. So if that's true, I'm super excited about that. As for Chase's team, it is yet another well-constructed team, resisting or being immune to every type in the game. You do have 3 ground and fighting weaknesses, but you have plenty of other Pokemon who resist or are immune to it. You'll be fine. Amazing team. Sylvia said, love everybody's team here. If I'm going to play Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, I'd go for Empoleon, Glaceon, Mismagius, Vespiquen, Hippowdon, and Clefable, with Glaceon being their favorite Sinnoh Pokemon. With this team, you don't have to look out for anything in particular. You don't share a ton of weaknesses, and the weaknesses you do have something that resist it. I don't have much more to say about this team because it is an overall solid team. Up next is Christian, and they said, Infernape, Roserade, Gastrodon, Honchkrow, Bronzong, Porygon Z are going to be the ones joining me on this run through Sinnoh. This team is yet another well-constructed team. Using Porygon Z, a Pokemon I haven't seen a lot of people want to use. And just like the previous team, not an abundant type of shared weaknesses against it. And all the weaknesses you have an immunity or resistances. Again, another overall solid team. Following up is Bryce, and they said, I'm super excited for my team in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. I'm going to use a Drapion, a Carnivine, Rotom, Gallade, Rampardos, and a Wishcash. Over the past few years, I've really enjoyed using Pokemon who I like, but definitely don't get as much love as others. Bryce is using some interesting Pokemon. First time I've seen both Carnivine and Wishcash, but I love that you are using Pokemon that you like. Now, without specifying which Rotom type you're going to be using, it is a little hard to see where the true weaknesses lie. The only thing I would look out for is Ice and Fairy, but if you decide to go with Rotom Heat, then that covers for both of those. In fact, I would recommend Rotom Heat, but use whatever Rotom form you like the most. Another solid team. Maximilian said, I think in Brilliant Diamond I'm going for Empoleon, Abomasnow, Gallade, Gengar, Gliscor, and maybe Rotom Heat or some other fire type. Another team with a good mix of typings. All weaknesses have a team member who can cover for it, and no one type you will need to look out for. A a fantastic team for sure. Up next is Dominic, and they said, I am going to use Blaziken, Electivire, Togetic, Leafeon, Milotic, and Gallade. It is sad that Metagross, Salamence, and Flagon are not going to be in the Pokedex, otherwise I would definitely add those in my top 6. Now, as a previous comment had said, Torchic was seen in a trailer. Still not sure which one though, so if you want to let me know in the comments down below, that would be great. Now, for Dominic's team, they are using some very strong Pokemon. However, about half of the team is weak to flying, and 2 are weak to poison with no resistances. So be careful around those types. Other than that, this team has a good array of type coverage. Way to go! Brandon said they will be using Empoleon, Mismagius, Tangrowth, Rotom Heat, Gallade, and Gliscor or Togekiss. They're trying to stay away from using too many overused Pokemons. I think this is the first time we have seen Tangrowth in this video. It is a good mix of Pokemon for sure. No apparent weaknesses, and all weaknesses have resistances on the team. Now, no matter which flying type you decide to use, you do have coverage for their weakness. Again, another amazing team by you guys. And the last team we are going to be going over in today's episode comes from xdfeduci, and they said, if you do another one of these, I'd run Infernape, Garchomp, Staraptor, Gyarados, Leafeon, or Roserade, and finally Gliscor, because they've never used one before, but they really like its design. Well, congrats on making it into part 2 in the final slot. One thing I did notice with your team is that it is very weak against the Ice type. 4 Pokemon will have a hard time against it, Flying and Psychic as well. There isn't anyone who can resist a hit from either of those types. Still, I love the Pokemon you are using. Each and every one of you guys had such an amazing team. And as I did say at the beginning of this video, there are no wrong ways to play this game. No wrong Pokemon to use. Use the Pokemon that you like and enjoy. If you want to use a less conventional team, like some people in this video do, go ahead. And if you want to use just strong Pokemon, go ahead and do that too. Just have fun with this game. But that is going to do it for part 2. If you do want a third part, let me know in the comments down below, and I will try and get that out to you guys next Wednesday. With that said, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this video and commenting on the last one if you did. If you enjoyed this video and would like to hear more of me, please subscribe to my channel. Like this video if you haven't done so already. Now, as of the writing of the script, I am currently playing through Pokemon Platinum, doing a randomized Nuzlocke challenge. If you enjoyed me or just want a refresher on the Sinnoh region, why not check out my playlist in the description. But without any further ado, thank you all again for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.